All right, got the food. I ate a little bit of it while I was there, so I'm full now. Usually when I'm on a trip away overseas, I could go 3 days straight without having appetite. Like I'll probably order something that I would usually like, start eating it, and leave like a whole bunch of it. I don't know why, but it happens. And to be honest, I think the reason why is because one main reason why I'm on this trip is because I'm there for a main thing that I can't really get in the reality world, which is here in these construct, you know. So when I'm there, food is like the last thing on my mind. Like I could go down a few Johns before I think about being hungry. But on a serious note, though, so I just ate two different kind of food just now, like two different meals. Half and half, of course. I almost finished the first one because that's how hungry I was. But while I was out there, man, the first 3 days, I couldn't finish my food. Well, I just didn't eat at all the second day. But thank God, I'm back to regular scheduled program. But I think in the process, I might have lost at least 2 to 4 pounds. I actually just been dropping a lot of weight overall. But hey, you know, Philly is dirty though, but at least you don't smell the trash. I got a couple videos while I was out there. I think I tried to make a video like this one, like where I'm talking, walking, or just staying still, just dialoguing, but shit. We'll see if I upload them, but the difference was that, like, even if it's not as dirty, like you could smell the trash in the air for some reason, right? So, I mean, that's why they call them a developing country or third world country sometimes, but we like to say, though, a lot of countries are not third world anymore. They are developing countries. Because some of the stuff that you could see they have going on, like some of the condos, some of the transportation stuff they got going on, will make you go, shit, it's better than fucking where I live at. So, yeah, that's why I wouldn't call it a third world country. But this is following up my trip to the Dominican Republic, by the way. I had a few experiences, man. So before I left, I was talking to a couple people. I mentioned it, two top ones. I made the comparison that one of them spoke my native language, and the other one, there would be a language barrier, but she very much fit the physical type. Nothing too crazy, nothing too exotic, just, something that I would like. Unfortunately, I met up with one, of course, because he was the closest, and he probably had the want to meet up and shit like that. So we met up the first day. She brought a friend, which I can't really get into details of this story. Maybe I'll try, but I'd probably have to sit somewhere to really continue this. But I'll just touch up over it because I'll have to let some days pass to expound on this thing because this is my life, Not to forget what I was saying, but I just wanted to mention because when I stopped the video and I was just sitting and thinking, I'm like, well, if Kai Cenat or whoever else who streams, they could, I know there's some type of something considered entertainment in what they do, but they could just do stupid stuff and be well off of it. And I also know a couple people too. I watch their channel. They do regular stuff, things with, personal stuff, and they get some type of love for it. But if they could do that and it's okay, then why not, right? I mean, after all, YouTube is free. It's not like I'm paying a subscription to come on here and talk, or or I'm charging people for this, right? It's just I'm just doing me. And the only thing is though, if it's attention that I do want, I can't be surprised when I get it, whether it's negative or positive. But nonetheless, I will be talking about my life. It's gonna be personal. And sometimes I might go too deep into details, right? Who knows? But moving on. I met up with the girl. She brought her friend with her. They like 19. Oh, she like 20, I think, yeah. Well, she gonna be 20. So, you know, she was being careful. That's how a lot of Haitian girls are. They're not as fast as the Dominican girls. Not all of them, but obviously it's their country, so you'll probably find more types there. I have experience dating in Haiti itself, so I wouldn't have anything to compare it to. But when they came by, there was a loss of communication where I thought, they said they was about to cook. I'm like, perfect, maybe y'all could come to where I'm staying at. We could do that. But they came, but then we had to, because I'm trying to get comfortable. I'm here for 5 days. I didn't mind buying the groceries, and, usually it works that way. You take the rest home. Whatever we don't use in the 5 days, they can have it. But they bought a lot of groceries, too. I got little videos, little clips and stuff, which if I could make some time, I could turn into a whole video of the trip, but we'll see. So, yeah, sometimes, man, I think about it. I'm like, man, I have these ideas, but it's like, you gotta think sometimes. It's not gonna be socially acceptable, I guess, at least in my world, because eventually I did let shame get to me. Like, I used to be so confident, but of course, it's easy when you're young. It's easier when you're younger because the consequences might not mean much to you, and so forth and so on. So, return the camera. Okay, so yeah, I mean we hanging out, but we got to the supermarket. They started buying stuff. At first, I'm like, yeah, maybe I could be nice and pay for it. But then the amount of stuff they bought, it's like I had to start asking, well, how many days does the market last you guys? Because, they try to let me understand, like, yo, this is a house full of women. It's about 4 or 5 of us, I think I counted 6 of them. What was it? 2, your mom, and 2 other girls, about 5 of them. But anyways, so that happened. And, I asked because I was pushing the cart and that thing got heavy. Well, which is no problem because there wasn't no ass. There wasn't no, I just was enjoying. So, we finished. We paid for things. I just put 2. I put an equivalent of, how much was that? Could have been $30. 20,000. I got to calculate it. It's 2,000 pesos. It should be somewhere. I don't think it's $18. I'd have to use a calculator. But I put that on there because I had bought some toothpaste. What else did I buy? I needed some stuff for the house, so I'll just give them a big bill because that's all I had anyways. But their stuff came to a whole lot, so I was like, forget about paying for it. So we left the market, but while we was in there, like, you know, she confirmed, like, you know, you can come over because it's a house full of women. We're gonna cook, we smoke hookah and all that, straight down my alley, you know. So then I was like, cool. We went over there. They were cooking, but, you know, slowly and surely I was like thinking, all right, she look like, you know, I don't feel like I'm gonna get close to her, you know, well enough on a 5-day trip. You know, a lot of things happened in between because I wound up staying there, if I had to fast forward, till about 4 to 5 a.m., right? And no, that it's not as good news as you thought. But in between, you know, 2 guys showed up, and you know, we went to, before the guys showed up, she told me about some DJ that's playing at the spot, which wound up being a spot that I went to before, but at the time I didn't know. So she was showing me the flyer. She's like, oh, I can't believe I'm missing. So me trying to be the fun, good time guy on vacation, I was like, well, let's go then, you know? So she's like, really? You know, I'm thinking I'm about to impress, and the friend was in the kitchen. She done slip her neck. Like, I hear that. I'm down. I'm like, cool. But then the mom, like minutes later, pondering on it, the mom said, maybe I should go with you guys. Now, mom looked like moms. You know what I'm saying? She got the body and the face. Like, not in a good way. Like, she looked like moms. So, I'm like, so, and that spot is a spot where there's like sections, there's bottles, but mom wanna come. So I'm like, all right, it's 4 of us still. I mean, whatever. Cause I'm like, I'll call a Uber. At first I was gonna call a Uber, go change, and it was cool that they would come with me. There's a lot of mosquitoes right here, so I keep catching them on me, but it's only a matter of time until they actually bite me. So, shit. Mom look like moms and so forth and so on. And that's it. So mom is coming, and food is ready. I finished eating, ready to go. Cause you know, if you're gonna pay to get in the spot like $25, you don't want to go in the last hour, right? So I'm like, you know, let's make sure we on our way so we could at least get there like 12. All right. While they're changing, blowing the hole, big fella showed up, and you know, instantly she kind of direct her attention to him. Not that, you know, it was like not that it was a full-on blown natural desire thing going on, but basically I'll give you the perfect example. I said I'm gonna take my food if there's a container that I could, you know, take it back to the place, because I'm eating it, but my appetite is not letting me, because it's like the first day, and I'm just like, man, I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to vibe, you know. So, she went to get a plate, but then she got one. It looked more like something I would have to return. So I'm like, damn, okay, cool. But then dude is here, so she jumped on him, like, you know, legs across, and I don't know. First off, the mom let him in because she was like that. The mom said my friend is here, so I'm like, cool. I'm thinking it's some old head dude, but it's a young guy. I think he's my age, but I'm just probably he's not quite 30 yet. So, like I said, she was fixing me a plate, and she passed it on to her mom. She said, "Mom, can you pack his food for him?" She put the plate on the table, and the lid fell on the floor as she walking away, and that's when I knew. I'm like, oh yeah, her whole sense left her, because she went to talk to dude. You know. So we both got her by like 10 years, so a decade. So I'm like, ain't no way he could have been in her life this whole time. And you know, I didn't know what to think. So, but I was just watching because I'm picking up on signs because I'm like I already knew like I wasn't in there with her, so I was just like, it's cool. Look at my cats. This one likes the neighbor's porch, and sometimes it seems like he's trying to stay away from this one. But whatever. Maybe I'll walk down the block and walk back down as I make this video. So, yeah, dude pulled up and she went to talk to him, and then I was just sitting back at the table after the mom came and she used a different plate because after that lid fell, I was just like, well, damn, like she didn't even hear it fall, or neither did she care if it was on the table or not. But it's not personal, It's just a girl I slid on the DMs, and the real only thing is that I think I've seen her since like a few months ago, and I was just kind of in there until them questions thing, because it's like it notifies them. But if you just write the DM, it'll just go into like an archive. You in the gulag or something like that, they say. So it was just that. I mean, it wasn't nothing personal. It's just that, oh my God, this girl, man, she had her body, man. Her body's just crazy. Her face is nice too, with little braces on. But her body, man. First she had a little short dress on, which it was okay. I wasn't really, low dress with sneakers. It was typical. And she didn't even dress up when we go out, but she just had them booty shorts on. But, I just thought it was some low-key junk I was about to discover. So, basically, my own scheme backfired against me. Because, some people you not meant to meet anyways. So, I'm like one of those people that goes underground and try to discover a gem, all right? And that's usually why some of my relationships don't last, because if I'm lucky enough, I'll get a good moment out of it, and I'm talking about from a few hours to 3 months top. Like, I should explain more of that part of my life, because that's what I'm doing right now with these videos. I'm like really underground, like nobody's watching, right? By the way, this is an 18-minute video so far, so I need to wrap it up. Oh my God, I had to walk across the street. All right, so it's like very underground. Like it's not like I like straight out the gate type of thing, But nonetheless, there's gyms. There's something for anybody, But hey, let's continue, because as you can see, as I'm talking, there's like arguments down the block. I just thought it would be quiet on this end instead of walking the other end. But by the way, I'm not really happy that I'm recording a specific neighborhood, but whatever, because by the time this video is seen by like 2, 3, 5 people, I'll probably be at a different location. I'm sensing it. So let's finish that thought. I think I'm gonna walk that way. Or should I walk this way? No, I just came from that way. All right, we're gonna go down this way. We're gonna go right. So dude came and she lost her sense. Later on, she kept telling me that Those are her brothers. But we got to the spot. She was twerking on dude. She was, basically sitting on his lap. I didn't get that vibe. At first, she was standing in front of me, but then, like, little by little, he squeezed his way in, because we had to get in that section where it was tight, and he's a big dude. So he was standing away for a minute while because I got the setup, because now it became 6 of us. At first it was like, yeah, it's 25 ahead, and she asked me, do I have cash on me? Meaning, you're gonna pay, right? I'm like, yeah, whatever, it's cool. First it was supposed to be me and her, and then I didn't mind if the friend came, because I met them both at the same time. So I'm like, plus the friend looked all right. So I'm like, all right, if anything, if we're just cool, at least I know, because the friend is already looking at me. She's a little darker. She got a little something too, but she's just not her though. But it was good to find out her personality as well, because I'm like, well, it wouldn't click for something serious, but I still wanted to see it through. You get what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, we was at the spot. We got there, and I suggested, all right, so me and her up front, the mom stayed back with the other dude, because by the time we got downstairs to the car, because now I lose control now, right? Because he happened to bring a rental, because he also went to the United States, and I guess he's just down there, and they haven't seen each other in a while. That's like the backstory, right? I'm making a long story. So, we got up front. Nobody's really moving up to where you get the wristbands or whatever. So I'm up there. The friend came up next to me, and she came up. So I'm like, all right, so we're just gonna do 3-on-3, because there's 2 dudes and your mom. And I'm like, I wasn't, when I said let's go, I wasn't trying to take the whole family. But like I said, I stayed over there for till 5. From we met up 3-4 p.m. and I stayed there for about almost 12 hours. So I done hear things, while she was in the corner talking to him 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. And by the way, she kept asking if I'm okay, the whole way through the whole car ride. She asked me that maybe 25 times, 5 times per location: the club, in the car, at the house. You okay? Is everything okay? Or you having fun? Is everybody being nice to you? So she treated me like that, and I'm just like, man. So it's like you was gonna say, man, why didn't you been leave? So it was just kind of like that. And at one point, while I was laying down, she bent down and kissed me on the cheek. So I'm like, damn. Even if she's being a pass around, I'm like, at least I could get mine, right? Man, there'll have to be a part 2 of this video, man. It just needs to be. So there's gonna be many parts of this video actually, until I get it out of my goddamn head. So yeah, we at the ticket booth. So I'm like, yeah, we're gonna do 3-on-3. I'll pay for me and you too, like I intended to. I'd even pay for your mom, but guys should pay for themselves, right? I didn't say it like that. I said, all right, so we're just gonna do 3-on-3, because they stood back as if they're not coming in. So initially, I'm like, the whole time I'm thinking he's just gonna drop us to the spot, because they, I'm telling them, no, I'm about to call an Uber. They're like, no, they got a car, they'll take us. He got a car. And then we leaving the parking lot. At first, we saw the other dude coming up to the door. So ring the bell. They pretended they was avoiding him, because there's literally no space. By the time he came in, people had to lap up. So yeah, they was like, nah, just pay, and they'll they'll pay for the stuff inside, like the table, the section. So I agree, because I know how expensive that thing could get. You know, you get a bottle, you get the section, you get the hookah. I know you already, because I had to pay what? 6 times 25. 6 6 times 25. Let's do the math. 35, 50, 75, 100, 125. I paid 150. I knew that, but I just didn't want to just throw it out there. But I paid 150 out the gate, so I closed my wallet right there. So I'm like, when that bill come, I'm Stevie Wonder, right? Once that bill show up, I'm Stevie Wonder. So we got in. Finally, they moved forward after we paid for the thing, because they were playing slick. Like, even inside, because I don't want to get into the in-between details and miss the key detail that corresponds to that. Once the bill came, they were looking at it like crazy, right? It wasn't big, though, because all they got was one bottle of Hennessy. It might have been the fake Henny, because I remember, because, you know, they be like, yeah, these clubs be selling the fake shit, too. Sometimes you just gotta buy their the rum from that country itself that way. But if it's any other brand, whatever, it wasn't something I would drink. Like, I'm more like a tequila guy. I'm letting it know, like, you know, get me the Reposado. But they got Henny. By the way, while I was over there, I even ordered a bottle of tequila, which I took home with me,